What's up, guys? It's Jetbuster. We're back at it. It's time to continue on with the story upon where we previously left off again. So we just got done doing the dungeon for the Doma Castle and how Doma Castle literally collapsed on top of pretty much everybody, and Gosetsu saves our lives on top of Hyen and the rest of us. And we attempted to look for Gosetsu's body and stuff like that, and it sounds like the end result was that he's dead. Yatsutsu or Yatetsu, excuse me, I think is also dead. But you know, they said that the floor gave out before the wall fell. So to me, it sounds like maybe it's a very, very, very slim chance that he could be alive, but I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, he was a great character, a great person in the entire storyline. Sad to see him go, but I want to see what's gonna happen next because we're getting to really kind of the good stuff of Stormblood's story. So for the actual expansion, but we'll continue. So let's go. You all look like shit. The captain thought you need a ride to the Enclave. Ready to come aboard? Yes. On you go then. Sit wherever you like. I don't know what happened in there, but it's over. You won. That's cause enough for celebration, and those people you're about to see need something to celebrate.
We brought everyone here. You were the last to arrive.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught.
Look! It's Lord Hyen!
Lord Hyen!
It's him!
He lives! He lives!
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course. Forgive me. This is rather more daunting than I had anticipated. But you are right. I must be strong. Wish me luck. We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. The people pushed to the point of breaking. And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work. So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more, here and now, and begin to rebuild our homeland?
Lord Ian!
Doma! Doma!
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lise?
Right.
Indeed, this is but the beginning. The tide is turning, and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward and to the next battlefield.
Nice, boys. They are beginning to rebuild. Sounds really good. Doma is free. Now to continue on. Honored hero, you seek passage across the One River? Are you quite certain you would not prefer to stay a while longer? There are sure to be festivities at which you would be the guest of honor, like as not. Very well, there are other ways in which we might celebrate, by rejoining the fight for freedom in Gerbania, for one. Short though our time here has been, we have all come to regard this land and her people as our own, I think, but we have done that which we came here to do. Word of Doma's liberation will soon spread throughout the Empire, and we must seize the opportunity to rekindle the fires of liberation in the West. We dare not allow the Imperials a moment's respite, lest they march on Doma again. For the sake of all concerned, we should leave immediately. Did you hear that? Did I hear you right? You are leaving? I'm afraid so. We've got our own battle to fight. What about you? Will you be heading back to the steep? Yes, the war here is ending and there is no cause to remain. The Order and the Dorthal have already withdrawn. I will follow them anon, but I wish to bid you farewell first. The blue too must return to their homes, but we will be back. Doma has need of merchants and builders, and we're eager to offer our services. And just like that, our grand fellowship is broken. Without ceremony or pomp, you steal off into the dark. No matter, we have plenty to be getting on with. Places to be, people to rob, and so on, and the captain never was one for mingling. I am a pirate. Give me a song at the tavern and I will be happy. Hobnobbing with Lord Hyene. Sigh, no taste for the finer things. In any event, we need not part ways here. If you are for Kugane, we would be happy to take you. Her waters have always been fruitful. I wish you well on your journey, my friends. May you ever walk in crimson. Thank you, Serna, for everything. May the Kami speed you on your way until we meet again. Alright, let's speak to Rasho. Naught remains undone, you are ready to depart? We're ready. To Kugane then. Have everything? Good. We will need to weigh anchor before the Setsukumi arrive. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for what you did. Give my regards to the Udan. Nice. I informed Tataru of our coming. She and Hancock should be waiting for us in the Ruby Bazaar. Then it is here we part ways. Best of luck to you and yours in your piratical endeavors, I suppose. Return to the Ruby Bazaar. Okay, I can do that. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da. I wonder what happens next. Very curious. It's wrong way. Greetings, honored sir. We will be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices. Yes. Welcome back, everyone, and congratulations on a job well done. It's a pleasure as ever to see your smiling face, Tataru. Less so yours, Hancock. Though Rasho and I are sincerely grateful for your assistance. The pleasure was all mine, Master Alphinaud, I assure you. Anyway, you will be glad to hear that I have already chartered passage for you back to Lumensa. The ship is to leave port this very day, but the captain has agreed to wait until the four of you have boarded. The four of us? You mean to stay here in Kugane? Yes, I gave it some thought and I realized that even with Doma free, there's still a need for a woman in the middle, maybe even more than before, considering all the friends and alliances you've made. As I told her many times before, I would be more than willing to assist you. And as I told you many times before, I am not about to let you worm your way into our affairs and exploit our connections for your personal gain. Sigh, you must always presume the worst. So there you have it. I will remain here for now. You needn't worry. I'm a regular at the hostelry and a half a dozen other local institutions. Everyone loves me. So go. Don't let me keep you. Buy your supplies and souvenirs, or well, you still can. Or souvenirs, excuse me. When you're finished, make haste to the docks, pier number 2 to be precise. I'll be waiting for you there. This little bossy girl over here. Tataru is such a boss, man. This little woman went from being like this receptionist to now like pretty much owning everything. It's kind of funny actually. Alright, Tataru. First to arrive as always, hopefully the others will not be far behind.
Ah, there you are. All packed and ready to go?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Apologies for the wait. The task of tying up loose ends invariably takes longer than one allows. Happily, however, all now seems to be in order.
Then there's nothing left to do but to board the ship. Do try and enjoy the journey, won't you? It may be your last chance to rest for a while.
That would depend on the good captain's choice of route.
As ever, Tataru, I pray you take all due precautions while making your inquiries. Better to avoid the local authorities altogether than risk a repeat of our Ishgardian episode.
And what sordid episode is this, pray tell?
Naught to speak of, I assure you.
You there! Hold that ship!
Oh? Is that our boy? It is.
What are you two doing here? Shouldn't you be in Doma?
Shouldn't you? You left with nary a word. I half wondered if I had done something to offend.
Upon learning that you had departed for Kugane, we immediately resolved to give chase. Our comrades can manage affairs in our absence, and it seemed the least we could do.
You mean you came all this way just to say goodbye?
That too, aye. But there was something else I felt I had to say. You helped us win our freedom, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Accordingly, after we have established an interim government and so forth, I think it only meet that we repay the favor by dispatching our own forces to Eorzea. If you would have us.
Yes!
We harbored no expectations of such generous aid, and as there is no telling when the Empire might strike back at you, would it not be wiser to concentrate your resources on the defense of Doma?
I had a mind to pursue a more aggressive defense, to which we will send forth shinobi to provinces far and wide to spread word of our victory, that we might inspire others to take up arms as we did. Even the Empire has its limits. If the Garleans cannot be certain where and when the next rebellion will take place, how can they commit another force to Doma? And besides, so long as this debt remains unpaid, how am I to face myself and Gorsetzer?
As you wish. I will relay your offer to the Eorzean Alliance.
All of Doma is counting on you to finish what we have started. You have it in you, Lys, to seize the future you want. never forget.
I won't, Hien. Not your words or anything else. Everything that led us here, that will drive us forward, I'll carry it with me always. And that's a promise.
I will hold you to that. Go with them to Eorzea. Tell their people of our triumph and of our pledge to stand with them.
By your leave, I shall pave the way for our new alliance.
Hurry up, you lot! The ship's about to weigh anchor!
It seems our time is at an end. Go well, my friends, and may we meet again beneath a western sky.
Nice. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamegan,
I always knew that woman was unfit for command.
Aye, when you think of all the resources we've poured into that hole, and for what?
The beast yet lives. Mayhap it is time I sharpen my claws. I wonder, will you walk into my parlor once more?
For Dolorem Lupus, come at the command of the Lord Viceroy to present the prisoner taken by the Cranier Lupi.
no.
Xenosier Galvus, I presume. It's true what they say. You do have the eyes of a monster. A ravenous, insatiable fiend.
You, give the butcher your weapon.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, this is...
A reward given in recognition of your service. I trust it will prove more capable than its former owner.
I swear, I'll not disappoint you, my lord.
Given... okay. Like...
Good. Now, silence that mewling little piglet. I will not hear another sound pass her lips. Until I strip the fat from her.
So, okay, if they got her, I don't even remember her name now. It's crazy. Like, there's too many names to remember. If they got her, what happened to, you know, our beautiful Ysera? Back in Eorzea at last, ready to pick up where we left off and finish the fight. We're not who we were when we left. We're stronger and wiser. So let's do it. Let's get back to Alamegan and defeat Xenos once and for all. I can't even remember all the names. Too many. Level 67 gear pieces now, huh? We're getting very close to scaling out of the gear that I currently have. Here we are, home at last. I must say the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. And that would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. I should be glad if we did not speak of the unpleasantness again. But in spite of all that and more, we returned better for the experience and more importantly triumphant. Indeed, and with Doma freed of Imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Alamegan. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what you've accomplished, and it sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. Merylwib, I see I am not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Alderney Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Garabania? Aye, the Alliance still holds the wall despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we have been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides towards rebuilding their depleted ranks. They have even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations with mixed results. I am sorry to say, 'twas a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you out. During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Krilly Baldazan was taken prisoner. Krilly is her name. Krilly, do you know where she is being held? They do not, but your comrades were informed at once, and I am told Thancred is in Garabania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Krilly taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to cast some orans. Pray excuse us, Admiral Lady Yaguri. We're back in wonderful Limsa Lamesa, the place where everything goes. Alright, let's see here. Back to Garabania. Instant transportation. Alright, let's go speak to Thancred. Ardenwald. Who's Ardenwald? Oh, it's him. There you are. You have heard the news. In board strokes from Admiral Belos Fonswin, what happened? Billy and a squadron of resistant fighters were escorting Yastula and several others wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Ardenwald and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos, I'll make no excuses, we failed to protect her. Do not be so hard on yourself. You protected Yastula and the others, did you not? Tell us about the attack. It was the skulls. They knew a path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud side. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fight, I caught a glimpse of their leaders' memories. It was all planned. The advantage of having a walker in the field. I'm not as strong as the Echo as Jetbuster is, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me on my arse, like I've taken a dose of a concentrated ether. So you walked in Fordola's memories. What did you see? A woman promised the world education, training, citizenship, all that and more if she but sold her soul. A traitor to her people, a pretender to her masters. It was Xenos himself that gave the order, told her to return with Krilly Baldazan alive. Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Krilly or her current whereabouts. If their orders were to bring Krilly back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time is of the essence, which is why I intend to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it is up to you and our allies to command the Imperials' undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted, and I will find her. Very well. I wish I could do more to aid you, but I understand. Commander Kemp is on the way to the castrum as we speak for a meeting with General Alden. If you hurry, you could find him on the road and discuss the situation beforehand. I think Jetbuster and I are going to go and see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. Holy moly, there's a mountain grizzly. What in the world? Here, I'll help. I'll do this. I'll kill some grizzly bears. This thing's a freaking huge, bro. Yo, that's crazy, man. Oh wait, that's right, that's right. We are in, whatever you want to call it. Urbania. Oh, we can't fly here. I'm thinking of somewhere else. Anyway, I wanted to kill that to get the XP, and it didn't give me as much as I thought it was gonna give, but it's all good though. Old Conrad, there you are, buddy. Well, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? It fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Welcome home, Lise. Jetbuster, I'm sure you've heard about Curly by now. That's why we're here. I'm still not sure what to think about it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. I've no doubt that you will. You look stronger for your time in the Far East, lass. That's good news for Curly. I'd like to think so, but enough about me. How is everything with you and the Resistance? Better than when you last saw us, and no mistake, Ardenvold's been a godsend. Him and Monogano and all the other young bloods have achieved so much in such a short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames, Alamegan, a brigade who've been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labor camps throughout Urbania, and as well as some political prisoners from the city proper, believe it or not. Okay. Together with the refugees returning from Udal and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. I knew you wouldn't stop fighting even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way, we still have far to go, but we'll fight for every ilm, and sooner or later we'll get to Alamigo. But listen to me prattling on when we should be making haste to cash some Orens. There's no point you telling me everything now when you'll only have to say it all again for the Flame General's benefit. You're right, I'll go on ahead and tell the others that you're not far off. Sad days. I could just teleport. Easy life. Alright, let's talk to one of my favorite peeps. Rubenon and Pippin. You have spoken with Thancred then? Good. Take heart. If anyone could track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's party approaching. If you're ready to address Father and the others, let us be about it. There you are, and there is Commander Kemp. I see. I know you are eager to speak speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamegan in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamegan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Veladina. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulga's Beacon. For as Rulga once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castrum Veladina, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered for Dola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. So we'll get to fight the skulls again. The Butcher is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike, but we have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an alliance force down the main road, as signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they will soon find that we are ill prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. SD, show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. For Dola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them as far as East End, where the comrades, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied, leaving us to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure, but what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? I don't need you to take Voladonia, Commander Camp. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen? We convince them Veladonia is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust has settled, we regroup at the castrum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and the Alliance forces. Jepus to say, Art of Old, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp, LSA, and I will remain with the Flame General. We will return to Rulga's region and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. Oh boy. Things are getting pretty intense. We just got done fighting, liberating Dolma. Now we're gonna liberate the Alamegan Empire. Our forces are getting bigger, our alliances are getting larger. Pretty intense. In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Valedonia is bloody massive. It'd take a dozen men to change it, and far too long besides. But there's no need for all that, right, Monogano? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms now. Ardenvold, you're in charge for the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. Please, I want you to look in on the squadrons and make sure they've got everything they need. Everybody clear? Aye, sir. All forces are to depart to Castrum Corvée when ready. That will be all. Jetbuster, stay with me a moment, if you would. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell that it weighs on their hearts. There have been a lot of new faces since last you were here, so it's best if I just tell you where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the barber, another's an older fellow who likes to pass the time on the shore of Starfall. The last is a fiery young lad from Little Alamigo who I'm told trains by himself by the river to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you've finished. Oh, so now we get to get introduced to some new peeps, some new lads, huh? Alright. Alamegan Brigade Officer. Wait, I know you. Sergeant Jed of the Maelstrom. It is an honor to meet you. I was living hand to mouth at Udo, but decided to enlist in the flames after our hard tales of your daring do, and now, a fate would have it, I've been sent here to join in the fight for my homeland's liberation. But this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Sergeant. We'll give those Imperials Horsons what for. Nice. Cool. Okay, this one over here. A swarthy resistance fighter. I say, if it isn't the lad who helped me find the ward, I'm misplaced. Aye, but there I go again, treating you as an equal. It wasn't until after you'd gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me it was only the bleeding hero of Eorzea who'd taken time out of his busy day to help me. Well, what is done, but I know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in this coming battle, and the next mayhaps that will serve to repay the favor. Fare you well. Alright, so we got the big boy on our side now, huh? That's cool. And let's go see this little fiery young lad, huh? Jetbuster, alright? I doubt you remember me, but I'll never forget you. Saved my life in Little Alamigo, you did. Ulrid and the rest of us had got into into our heads that if we had enough crystals, we would summon Rogar, like the Emaldra summoned their god. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear about what happened to Liberate? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead after all. But at least he died doing what he thought was right, and maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? Not that I'm in any hurry of mind. Alright. Let's run back on over. Alrighty, let's continue. You've had a word with the men I mentioned then? As I'm sure you noticed, another thing is coming aside from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another, but that's not the reason I wanted you to speak with them. A man who's lived in Gurbania his entire life, who bore witness to the realities of the occupation for 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamegan in search of a new life, who swore to serve another nation, only for fate to conspire to send him back here. A youth born of foreign soil who never knew his parents or homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons, yet all belong to the resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse, and while there is good in that, there's also the potential for strife and discord. I'd take a special sort to lead such men to Alamegan, don't you think? Good thing they've got you. Someone like these 3? Leader of the resistance, eh? Don't I have enough titles already? Oh man. I see you are of one mind. She'll have to make the decision for herself, of course. You've traveled with her, been by her side when she's had to make hard choices. You've seen her at her worst and her best. If you think she's got it in her, then she does. Well, look after her, Jepa. She's our future and my hope. I trust that you didn't say that this conversation is just between you and me. Good, lad. Right, then we'd best head to Castrum, Corby, or what remains of it, rather. Okay. Alright, let's look here. Where are we going? Oh, we going way out there, boys. Alright. Teleport. Well, let's get a move on, boys. Bum bum ba da 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 da. Got a long way to go. Armor being destroyed, Magitech gear. It's got all over the place. Bum, ba, da, ba, dum, bum, bum. East is doing some training, it looks like. And flex and shake and bounce and something else. Whatever. Alright, Conrad. We'll lead the way while the other units launch their own separate attacks. Remember that we need to hold out until Monogano sees to the flag. Got your gear in order? Any moment now. Yep, I'm ready. Oh, here we go. We're reaching the cap of my gear.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nargo. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Let's get it, boys! Let's go! Dun 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 dun. Let's get it, boys. Okay, now we've got to reach the Valdonia before General Alden and his men are overwhelmed. Dead ahead. If they see us, they'll warn the others. Square said you never heard. Okay. Alright, let's do this, boys. Let's take them out. Let's go.
Here it comes!
Not be executed while bound. Oh, that means. Oh, rip. That's level 7. I'm over here trying to use a level like 74 ability. That's the last of them. Let's keep moving. No signs of sentries, General Alden must have his hands full. Then let's seize the bridge and be done with it. They left a task force behind and nothing we can't handle. Alright, let's get it, boys. Oh, that messed up. Locking it.
Take this!
Think you're clever with all the little tricks. Think again. None of us are leaving here alive. Look at you and your little new blade. Do you feel special? Sorry, girl. Go on down. You know. We're prepared. Good launch to the Empire. That's not enough. Oh, but I may not want to give it up, but we're going to tell you right out. It will take you back. You and all your little techniques. Bro, did you forget I have a shield? You did. Liberate, you are not taking me. Oh, but we are.
Meet a new friend!
My friend.
I'll cut it to pieces!
Dead. Gosh. Not gonna admit it. We've only got to hold it a little longer.
God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this! Look! The flag!
Nice.
The bridge is ours! Alamigo! 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 Yeah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet! Damn it!
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Ladina is fallen? Impossible.
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
Rubenat is so freaking happy, man.
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. School's with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake. I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
It's a shame Fordola got away, but we did what we came here to do. I have to remind myself it's just the first step, but it's a big one. We're going to take it back, all of it, one ilm at a time if we have to. There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the castrum. We'll need to search it top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to Renavis with the main host. Keep your weapons at ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. On a second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, report to General Alden in Bittermill. Alright, let's go do what needs to be done. Oh, we have to go all the way around. What is that? Oh, some ginormous thing that I don't even know what to think of. Wait, I literally ran out here just to kill one unit? Okay. too, huh? I gotta go all the way back. Well met. All's well at the bridge? All's well at the bridge? Yes. Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Valdonia. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could have not hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It takes more than one Castellium to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Delight not over much in victory, not when there are battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistant allies are waiting. What was that Magitech armor thing? That thing's freaking huge. Holy smokes. Back so soon? I suppose the general and his men had matters well at hand. The vice marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. All right, let's look at this gear. Oh, that's cool. It's actually pretty suave. Make it a different color. Dragon wings. I know you're not all one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Tarpon reports that their sweep of the custom interior has been completed. So it's finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castrum Valdonia is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for wait. Where is Monogano? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the tribe where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Valdonia had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. You are right. It would be best if Monogano were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. If it is your wish, then I've no objection. Just let the guard know, when you wish to cross. The Resistance Guard. Greetings, Scion. Do you wish to pass? Yes. Where are you at, Monogno? There's Luis. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. Ah, it wraps around. I see. Well, this is kind of cool. So this is where the cat tribes are at, huh? I'm not gonna.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Inanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kalyana.
The Kalyana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kalyana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kalyana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kalyana?
because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kalyana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fedola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kalyana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kalyana broodmother's own daughter, Alamegan. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Alamegan and bade the Kalyana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kalyana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kalyana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kalyana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Alright, boys. We're back at killing primals again for the, 100th time. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I have been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delay to battle, but Rama would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Suri Lemeski, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her onto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north, you will find our village. Sasharisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Managno, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Alright, let's tune to this thing over here. Perfect. A tribe mender. So this is where all the stuff happens, huh? Well, at least our tribe, I should say. Alright, off we go. Off to Viranaya. Da 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 da. Ooh, ether current. Nice. Allow me to attempt to slow you down. Warp road, like. Sasha. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sir Sasha Devira. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them, but we would first learn more of Sir Lemeski, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. At the beginning was Sir Lemeski. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. 'Twas the Kalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection, which first called forth Sir Lemeski from the ether. That being the case, I would rather doubt the goddess would be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother who had just bore a witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may also have harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kuyana's conception of the Sir Lemeski may differ from that of the Vera. This is true. The Vera and the Kuyana indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vera, Sir Lamaski embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire and give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystals is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials did not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore their plight. Until reality asserted itself, and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they could see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kuyana bade the Vera make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Remember, those who do not wish to partake of their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them to see reason? Know that I'll kill your god if I had to, maybe even if I don't. Do what you will, warrior. The Simulacrum is not Sir Lamaski. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajira will guide you to Dajan Quant and shall pray for your success. Okay. Yoink. Vajara. Well met, Scions. I am Vajara, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready, we leave upon your command. Sweet. What are these? Earrings. Anyway. You are ready, whom? You look ready. Dajan Quat, then you will find Kuyana's crystal and Sir Lamaski. Follow me. Let me guess. Way out in the middle of pretty much nowhere. Yep. Alright. Time we go. Down into the random will. Oh my gosh, a Kuyana. What in the world is a Kuyana? It's a freaking bird. Holy smokes. A Kuyana. It's like a ginormous, like, bird fused chocobo. Infused chocobo. Fight me? Okay, that's what I thought. Dajan Kot, the path leads to an entrance above. Within is an ether light. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. A secret Marid. It's a ginormous elephant, bro. Up the slithering path we go. Chill, bro. I'm only coming here to slay your wannabe goddess. I'm gonna activate this thing, the Dajan Afterlight.
Why, mistress? Why does my Alamegan slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade. Not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alice, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor, misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens. Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Well, that was kind of cool. Alright, boys. I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, Jepasur. I had to. I had to try, and I failed, so you have to fight. There is no other way. Okay. I'll wake them from the dream. Thank you, Jepasur. I know you will. We can, but do that which is within our power, at least. Alphanad, and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Animation. Alright. Got some work to do, boys. Another wonderful trial? Yep, it's a trial this time. Oh boy, a trial. Oh, let's get it. Oh, that was quick. That was actually really quick, boys. Alright, boys, let's get it. Let's take down this wannabe primal. Banya emanation.
Open your heart to me. Not know how I feel about this.
Your weary souls in my bosom.
This is a really weird primal fight. I don't even know how to describe it. Partaken of my life. What in the world?
I shall free you from your hate!
How is this primal this strong?
Do not your souls weigh heavy? Your souls are stained.
My grace, my freedom, my everything. No, it is not. Imbecile.
I shall free you from your hate!
She's almost dead.
Surrender to bliss. Your souls are stained. Darkness holds no soul.
Bye-bye. But that was fun, boys. Definitely intriguing. But, like, it wasn't... I don't even know how to respond to, like, this is just weird.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Inanta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope! Our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Nice. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
Oh no. Here we go. Magitech technology incoming. Or spells and sorcery. I wish we could have left on better terms, but that would that was never going to happen. If I could, it could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals though. Never mind, we'll deal with that when the time comes. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sir Sri Lemeski's passing. Come, friends, to Vera Nyla. Okay. Now to go do some wannabe celebrating. Oh, we're gonna go that way again. Alright. Yo, get away from me, little birdie. Sasha. The winds whispered of your success and your eyes confirmed their testimony. The Lady of Bliss no longer holds our Kuyana sisters in her thrall. For this we thank you. Jetbuster did the deed. We were but witnesses to his heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which derives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Leminski again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sister's plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path, so that the days you speak of never comes. We're all this together, Alamegans and Anata. We understand that. Hopefully in time they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vera. On that you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sir Sasha, for everything. Nice. Go back to the Peering Stones we go. Nagano! Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Tarpon came to render aid, but I hear they won't be necessary. It won't, sir. Siri Leminski's gone, but I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You've saved a lot of lives, Jetbuster. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Kuyana's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient ether levels closely observed. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vera on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters then. What news of the Imperials? None, which itself is troubling. It seems as though the Skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of Dibs since Villadanya. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally, he was also most empathetic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the warrior light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as him, but we are soldiers nonetheless. We can deal with the Imperials. You've earned this respite, so enjoy it. And the same goes for you, Monagno. If you've been away from your family too long, don't deny it. As you say, sir, thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. It looks like it's up to me and mine to give you a lot of proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for this occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of the Vildonia. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, eat your fill of our food and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Mahota. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Yida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodric, Gaius, of course, father, and Yida had to fight. I would have to if I had been older, but they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and then they treat us like them. They push, and then they push, until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms, or someone's a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see that the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die and nothing gets better, and it just goes on and on and on. You'd have to ask them. I don't think the gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Jetbuster. Oh, well, we come back and there's thunder. Wonderful. Alright. There is something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Alright. Attuning to the current allows you to better understand the area's movement of the winds. Cool. Alphanaut hopes you are ready to rejoin the main host. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Where are we going, buddy? Oh, you making me go way out to the peaks, huh? Please tell me there's nothing else on this map that really needs to be viewed. Okay, I think this is this is about it. Alright, well, let's continue. Let's see, other way. Other way. Wow. Oh no, there's more stuff out here. Ah. Goodness gracious, boys. Whole another sector. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we've been here before. Have we been there before? Let me look, out of curiosity. We have not. Oh, well, sorry, we partially have. Okay. Wait, let me go back. Look at this. Interesting. Alright, let's go. Science, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Al-Gari and have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? Garabania the Peaks.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat.
Boy, oh boy.
But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village.
Nice.
The first of many.
Alright boys, I think we're going to take a quick stop here, and we'll go off and continue with the next phase and chapters accordingly as needed. But yeah, so it's been pretty good. We've, you know, done what needs to be done with helping the Snake Tribe, Monogano with her family, and so on and so forth. And we've helped the Alamegans more or less get to where they are now, and it sounds like we're finally getting all the different, you know, would probably be the best word, different tribes and alliances all together in order to go off and take down the Imperials. The Imperials keep on finally getting their butts kicked, which feels good, but the question is when is the tide going to turn? Something's missing. And we don't even know what's going to happen with that butcher chick on us too, like if she's going to be going through like a mutant transformation, if she's going to be infused with ether, we really don't know. But we'll find out. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later, but peace.